Never been a better time to experience a better litter box. Introducing Pretty Litter. Its lightweight crystals trap odor. Ships right to you for free. Head to prettylitter.com to try it today.
Of course the AC dies in the middle of summer. Luckily, we're members of American Home Shield.
American Home Shield provides home service plans that help cover the costs when parts of more than 20 home systems and appliances wear out. Like our AC just did. If they can't repair it, they'll replace it.
This is totally fine. I don't have to worry about finding someone to fix my fridge. I can just stick to making breakfast. American Home Shield has flexible plans to fit your budget and needs.
This old toilet's been flushing for 3 hours straight. It's no biggie, though. My American Home Shield plan covers items no matter their age. I already showered today. For a free quote, go to ahs.com. That's ahs.com. You stay.
Coming up here on Mountain News First at 4, officials in Breathitt County are breathing a sigh of relief during cleanup from yesterday's snow after damage there was less severe than expected. However, the same cannot be said in neighboring Lee County, where hundreds are without power and don't see the lights or heat come back on until tomorrow night.
And that last round of snow pushing through the mountains this afternoon, but I've got the latest on when, unfortunately, more might be possible on the way. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good Monday afternoon to you. I'm Dakota Makris. First at 4, we begin this afternoon with our severe weather alert day as people across the mountains are working to clean up from yesterday's snowstorms. Let's check in with meteorologist Evan Hatter. Evan.
That's right. Good afternoon, Dakota. And I do have a piece of good news for us as we work through the remainder of our Monday. We are alert-free around the region right now. Look at the active alert map. The last 2 counties under the winter weather advisory, Lee, Virginia, and Wise, Virginia, along with the independent city of Norton, have had that winter weather advisory canceled. So we are free from all winter alerts, well, at least for now. We look outside at London Corbin Airport. They've done a little bit of plowing there on the runway, but I can't imagine there's a lot of air traffic coming through the London Corbin Airport today, with it being both a federal holiday and with all the snow on the ground. You see we're still in the upper 20s, and I-75 at London. We've cleared off the roads well enough, but still plenty there on the side of the road. All of us in the mid and upper 20s as we head through the daytime hours today, and it's going to be quite chilly again as we head into tonight. Feels like temperatures out there are in the upper teens to low 20s thanks to winds right out of the west at upwards of 15 miles per hour sustained. So it's a breezy one out there, makes already very cold temperatures feel even colder as we work through tonight. There's the last of that snow still pushing out of the Big Sandy. A few flurries will be possible through the evening, but that last disturbance will be pushing out, and we'll get a bit of a break as we head into the day tomorrow. Emphasis on the day tomorrow. Keep that WYMT weather app handy, definitely, because we still do have another chance for snow before things are all said and done this week. And you'll definitely want to keep it handy tonight. Maybe leave those faucets dripping as we head into the overnight hours, because we're back down into the low 20s for overnight lows tonight. I'll have the very latest on when we could see more wintry weather move into the mountains coming up in just a few minutes. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you so much. Well, people across the mountains woke up to a snow scene after yesterday's snowstorm. WYMT's Chaz Jenkins talked with officials in Breathitt County about what some there are calling a relief after damage was less severe than anticipated.
The impact of recent snow did not spread evenly among the mountains. For some, it was a calmer day than expected, as many in Breathitt County are counting themselves lucky during the snowstorm.
They did not have as much snow in Breathitt and some of our other counties kind of to the south and the east. Breathitt, Owsley, and Perry got off a little better this time than the counties to the west.
This storm is the latest in a series of severe weather events local meteorologists with the National Weather Service in Jackson say are not uncommon.
It just so happened that the system set up where we had 2 different low pressure systems that moved just to our south, and that's what gave us the snow. We could have something very similar happen in the summertime, and we would end up with 2 rain events.
Roads in Breathitt County are mostly cleared as of Monday afternoon, and road crews are working to clean up those areas that could still present a danger to people who need to drive. Either way, those drivers are urged to be careful.
There'll still be some slick spots, roads that the crews haven't gotten to yet that they'll be getting to later. They'll be slick in some spots until we can get the snowplow to pass.
Getting through the day to make travel safe. In Breathitt County, Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Elkins says they think the worst has passed, but are on standby for whatever the rest of the day may bring. Utility companies in Lee County are reporting hundreds of power outages in the area and say it most likely won't be until tomorrow night that all those issues are resolved. That means there is a cold night in store for many, and the Lee County government is lending a hand to help people keep warm, opening a warming station at the Happy Top Community Center for anyone needing assistance. Officials say conditions are improving, but the area is not out of the woods just yet.
Because as of right now, the roads are clearing up, but we still have several power lines down, which are impacting our ability to clear some of the roads. We're clearing trees as quickly as possible. I would say we probably had 30 or 40 that we've had to get out of the way, and we're still finding more.
Officials advise people to bring snacks and bedding materials if they plan on staying through the evening. People in Lee County needing a ride to the warming station can call 911. For the first time, COVID cases in the United States have hit an average of 800,000 per day. In light of the worsening situation, some Americans are losing faith in President Joe Biden's ability to handle the pandemic. A CBS News poll shows President Biden's ratings on the issue is down to the lowest point in his presidency, with just 36% of those surveyed saying COVID response is going well. However, some officials note the current situation cannot be blamed on one person or circumstance.
I think it lies in a lot of places. I think a lot of the confusion emanates from CDC and the mixed guidance that they've issued.
While critics and even some members of the president's own party have questioned why the White House was not better prepared for this latest surge, the administration this week is launching its website to deliver free COVID tests to Americans. Moderna is working on a single shot that covers both flu and COVID, but it is quite some time away. The pharmaceutical company's CEO told attendees at the World Economic Forum's Davos agenda the combination should help address concerns some people have had about getting separate COVID and flu shots. However, Moderna is not planning to have the vaccine ready until the fall of 2023, and even then, it will only be in some countries. From being without power to treacherous driving, recent snow left a big impact on areas in southern Kentucky. Thousands lost power and hundreds are still without. WYMT's Phil Pendleton is live now in Laurel County and shows us the situation there. Phil?
Yeah, there are still thousands of people without power in Laurel County alone. A spokesperson for Jackson Energy just told me there's about 2,300 people still in the dark, still with electricity, as electric crews are working as hard as they possibly can to get to those down lines, of course, brought on by this heavy, wet snow that we are dealing with. But there's only so much that they can do, and they are continuing to work to get to those areas. Many roads completely covered and impassable, although road crews had made a lot of headway by late morning. 11 Jackson Energy crews were dedicated to Laurel County alone, but they were having trouble getting to some of the areas. People without, though, were making the most of it.
We're without power. We're running on a generator and gas logs for heat, so we're comfortable at home. It's okay. Sometimes it's good to turn technology off.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. And there are also a lot of areas just south of here in the Corbin area that are without electricity. A lot of high-profile businesses just off of exit 29, such as the Love's Truck Stop, Sonny's Barbecue, a number of gas stations and hotels, all without electricity. But the good news is that a KU spokesperson told me they were hoping to have that area restored. Also, some homes along Adams Road and Highway 770, that power should be restored very, very soon, if not already. Live in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Phil, thank you so much. Stay warm out there. Well, still to come here on First at 4 as winter weather moves out of the mountains. It is now causing chaos along the East Coast.
And we're not done with Old Man Winter quite yet as we work through the rest of the work week. I'll have the very latest on the way next.
Hey, that comes to $1.45.
I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah, for the cookie. The books are free.
For everybody?
For all undergraduate students. We call it EKU Booksmart.
Let's make that 2 cookies.
On campus, online, delivery, or pickup at EKU. The books are on us.
Winter around here is pretty unpredictable.
But a new Toyota can handle whatever comes your way. Snow, ice, rain, or mud.
Especially with 15 different all-wheel drive vehicles.
Like this stylishly luxurious Highlander, which holds its value better than anything in its class.
Or the best-in-class Highlander Hybrid.
During Toyota's Winter Savings Event, get 2.49 APR financing on any new 22 Highlander.
Plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
The one thing you can always count on is a new Toyota.
Toyota, let's go places.
If you use ostomy products, you can't have surprises. Like not getting a delivery. Or getting a different product than you expected. Or just not getting the help that you need. It's time to expect more from your supplier.
With Comfort Medical, ordering is easy. I get my products on time with personal service from polite, knowledgeable representatives.
Call Comfort Medical now or go online to get your free comfort kit and free ostomy samples.
I have a life to live. I golf, travel, see friends. That's why I switched to Comfort Medical.
Comfort Medical carries ostomy products from the leading brands. You get free, discreet delivery, and they handle the paperwork. Plus, you can order by phone, online, or with the Comfort Medical app, so you can get on with your life. Sorry I'm late, Mike. Had to do a commercial.
Yeah, me too.
Call Comfort Medical now for your free ostomy samples and free comfort kit.
Call 1-800-220-8643.
Why would you buy life insurance from anyone else when Senior Life gives you all your money back? It's simple. When other companies say they save you 1% of your money, Senior Life says we give it all back. That's right. With return of premium life insurance from Senior Life, we don't save you 1% of your money. We give it all back, 100%. It works like this. If you pass away while you're insured, your loved ones get a check for the coverage amount you chose. But if you're still living at the end of the term, you get back all the money you paid, guaranteed. Spend it any way you wish. While others may talk about saving you money, Senior Life is the only one giving it all back. Return of premium term life insurance gives you protection if you need it, and 100% cash back if you don't. Get all your money back with return of premium life insurance from Senior Life. Call the number on your screen now for free information. You have no obligation. Call now.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Heavy snow is still falling fast in parts of the Northeast and New England. A foot or more is expected to pile up in some areas, and tens of thousands of people are without power. Nikki Batiste is in hard-hit Rochester, New York.
It took muscles and machines to move mountains of snow in Buffalo, New York Monday.
I've been out here since 8:30 this morning, and that's all I've really gotten done.
Cleanup is also underway in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where any kind of travel is treacherous. Near Cleveland, Ohio, snowfall measured 17 inches.
Everyone I see getting out of their cars and just trying to help each other, complete strangers. A couple of my coworkers called and they were stuck out here, and we got them up, and now I'm just trying to help everybody else.
And while areas close to the coastline avoided big snow accumulation, Old Saybrook, Connecticut faced flooding, and hurricane-force winds in Salisbury, Massachusetts fueled a fire near the oceanfront.
Around 2:30 this morning, an officer pounded on my door and screamed, "Everybody has to evacuate this area. There's a fire right up the street and it's coming your way.
The fire destroyed a motel, an apartment complex, and 3 homes. Here in Rochester, New York, the forecast is up to 16 inches of snow, and this area is under a winter storm advisory until late Monday as the system moves north into Canada. The storm hit the mid-Atlantic and southeast regions Sunday, wiping out power to more than 100,000 customers. Thousands are still in the dark today. Freezing rain in North Carolina coated roads with ice. In Durham, crews worked late into the night removing this tractor trailer that slid off an overpass. The driver was treated for injuries. In Virginia, snow and ice forced some truck drivers to abandon their vehicles. And in Florida, the warm side of the storm spun up multiple tornadoes. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, Rochester, New York.
Well, Evan, I guess it's a good thing we're not seeing 17 inches like parts of New York.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine? So,
I've been a part of a good double-digit inch snow before.
I don't think I have.
And the good news is our highest totals were around 7 inches as opposed to 17. Either way, that's going to cause problems out there, and the problems continue. In fact, it's why our severe weather alert day continues through tonight, because we're going to be down into the 20s for overnight lows tonight. In fact, you see the wintry scene still in place. Pikeville Medical Center camera this afternoon, mid-20s. A veritable wonderland out there. Plenty of snow on the ground. Good news is we've gotten some of those roads cleared off at this point, but still dealing with some of that snow there. iNob camera out at the University of Virginia at Wise. Good to have this camera back, by the way. I've missed this camera. You can see plenty of snow still on the campus walkways there at UVA Wise, and definitely on the roofs of those buildings. Temperatures around the region, upper 20s, one low 30. Jacksboro's at 30 right now. Everybody else, mid to upper 20s, so very cold air continues to push in. You can thank westerly winds, too, gusting 10 to 15 miles per hour. It feels like the mid to upper teens outside. Right now in Harlan, it feels like 15. It feels like just 11 in Wise. There's the last of our snow pushing through portions of our counties in West Virginia. It's just about completely out of Kentucky, pushing up toward the Charleston area. We don't have to worry about it, at least for a little while. There's the last of the snow pushing through. There's a little bit, one more little surface boundary to go through. High pressure will be taking its place as we head into the rest of at least tomorrow. There's what's left of our system spinning up over upstate New York, providing plenty of snow now up into Quebec, over into parts of Maine. Of course, we're finally ending the snowfall there. You see this low wrapping up to that occluded front means this low pressure is finally finishing its wrath across the East Coast. 23 degrees, though, for tonight. 20 to 23, really. Flurries on the flurries ending out there with mostly cloudy skies. So for tonight, you see that. By tomorrow, some milder air begins to work in, so we'll start that melting process. However, another front heads our way as we head into Wednesday. Starts off as rain, ends as some snow, and it's something we're going to have to keep a close eye on. We finish off the snow Thursday, but it gets frigid outside yet again, and perhaps another system could work our way for the weekend. Let's time things out because we are going to get quite active. Couple of flurries still possible overnight. We stay in the 20s for overnight lows. We get into the upper 30s tomorrow as we finally bring the sunshine back around into the day on our Tuesday. But I want you to notice this blue line as well. That'll become important here in a little bit. We wake up near freezing Wednesday morning. Here come the showers. Notice by Wednesday morning, we are still well into the mid and upper 40s, probably somewhere cracking 50 by Wednesday afternoon. Showers overspread the region, but here we go by 9 o'clock. See this blue line? That's the freezing line at the surface. And as that freezing line gets a little bit closer, we drop those temperatures late into Wednesday night, and more snow is possible by early in the day on Thursday, and then we wake up Thursday morning with snow on the ground and temperatures in the low 20s. It's not set in stone, but it's something we need to pay close attention to on our extended forecast, where your weekend is always in view. Stray flurries possible then after a very cold day on Thursday, another cold day on Friday. Potential is there for a few more flurries. One model, in fact, showing perhaps another chance for snow by Saturday and into Sunday. Model's still disagreeing on that, but by Monday, it looks like we may have another chance for some snow showers. So no rest for the weary as we head through the end of this, or we head through the work week. So still plenty of snow tracking still to go here in the Weather Center.
All right, Evan, thank you. Well, you might hear some howling at the moon tonight. Well, it could be me. Who knows? The first full moon of the year, known as the wolf moon, will appear Monday night. The lunar event was named after wolves that were thought to howl more frequently this time of the year, according to the Old Farmer's Almanac. The wolf moon will peak at 6:51 Eastern Time. There's more. NASA says both Jupiter and Saturn will also be visible above the southwestern horizon Monday. NASA is crediting so-called citizen scientists who they say helped with a huge discovery in space. This is an illustration of a new planet discovered when the agency says the scientists collaborated with professional astronomers. NASA says the planet is about the same size as Jupiter, but with about 3 times the mass. The citizen scientists were able to help NASA pin down the planet's size and mass and track it. They did this through online volunteer projects that allow anyone to look through NASA telescope data. How cool is that? Well, straight ahead here on First at 4, researchers are highlighting how critical it is for pregnant women to get vaccinated for COVID-19. Plus, we'll have the latest entertainment headlines in our Hollywood Minute.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Here are 5 big reasons to buy an adventurous new Toyota RAV4. But the number one reason, the great Toyota savings, like 2.49 APR financing on a new 22 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true, with diabetic retinopathy, excess sugar can damage blood vessels, causing vision loss or even blindness. So remember this, now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is important to your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Visit nowic.com and take control of your sight.
Oh, got a nice cut here.
Goodness, let me see it. Thank you so much. I've got one. Can I help you with that?
Being a nurse is not just what you do. It's who you are. Realize your potential at a college dedicated to nothing else. Start your tomorrow today at Galen College of Nursing.
My grandpa was always telling me about it.
But the civil rights thing happened like a million years ago.
Still, he thought it was important that I know what it was like.
So we followed the civil rights trail to Alabama. We saw Dr. King's church,
the bridge in Selma, the church in Birmingham, and I finally knew what he was talking about.
Some things you just have to experience for yourself.
Start your civil rights journey at alabama.travel.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Scottish researchers are highlighting how critical it is for pregnant women to get vaccinated for COVID-19. A new study of more than 87,000 pregnancies found preterm births, stillbirths, and newborn deaths were more common among women with COVID at the end of their pregnancy. The majority of complications were in women who were not vaccinated. Well, on one of the top American vaccination destinations could require tourists to get boosted before they visit. Hawaii's governor says his office is strongly considering changing its definition of fully vaccinated. Right now, travelers only need 2 approved COVID vaccine doses. The governor says that requirement may become 3 doses, including a booster shot. He says those who are not boosted would have to isolate for 5 days at once they arrive at their own expense. People who use e-cigarettes and test positive for COVID are more likely to have symptoms compared to people, well, who do not vape. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic found e-cigarette users experienced more symptoms such as headaches, muscle aches, and pain. They also found e-cigarette users, along with tobacco smokers who had COVID-19, made more trips to the emergency room. And a new study shows the impact obesity has on the anatomy of the heart for young children. King's College London researchers found the heart adapts to obesity and generates extra demand on the body, which may increase future cardiovascular risk. Betty White would have been 100 years old today, and fans can mark the occasion at the movies. David Daniel has that and more in the Hollywood Minute.
Hello, I'm Betty White. Betty White, A Celebration, was more than a decade in the making and includes the final on-camera interview with the much-loved entertainer just days before her death on New Year's Eve. It's set to play in more than 1,500 U.S. theaters tonight only, what would have been White's 100th birthday. Check fathomevents.com for locations. Celine Dion has canceled the final 16 shows of her Courage World Tour. The singer is dealing with severe and persistent muscle spasms, according to a post on her Instagram account. The same issue prompted Dion to postpone her Las Vegas residency last October. Nearly 6 years of legal wrangling has finally resulted in an agreement on the value of Prince's estate. According to the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, it's $156.4 million, nearly twice the appraisal of the estate's administrator. If the administrator, the IRS, and Prince's heirs agree, the process of distributing Prince's wealth could begin next month. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Certainly love Betty. When we come back here on Mountain News First at 4, a once-in-a-lifetime wildlife encounter caught on camera near the Great Barrier Reef. That and more in our viral videos.
No gear, no plan, no problem. MacGyver.
Welcome back to another segment of Our Mountain Family on WYMT. I'm John Roberts, and I'm joined today with Emily Wetmore of the Gary C. Johnson Law Firm. Emily, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, you are a native of Eastern Kentucky.
I am, yes. I'm a Knott County girl, and I've been over at the Gary C. Johnson Law Office in Hazard for almost 3 years, and so, yeah, it's nice to be closer to home.
Okay, great. Well, we are in Hazard today, and we're at your new location.
Yes, we were able to move from the downtown area up to the Citizens Lane on the bypass. We're in the Community Trust building, has wonderful parking, super accessible and easy to find.
Yeah, so it's just right beside the Community Trust Bank building, and a part of Community Trust Bank building, actually. And tell us a little bit, Emily, about the areas of law that you practice.
So I practice personal injury, which means that I help people if they've been injured in an auto wreck, a truck wreck, a slip and fall. And it's a great area of law to practice. When people come in, they're hurt, they're injured, they're not sure what to do, and it's rewarding to be able to help those people.
Right. And when you pick an attorney, it does make a difference on the attorney you pick. Am I correct?
It does make a difference, John. Everyone should always do the research before hiring an attorney. We encourage people to go to GaryCJohnson.com and look at all of our jury verdicts as well as our settlements. And John, some people may not know, but Gary C. Johnson Law Office has the highest jury verdict awarded in the state of Kentucky. We encourage everyone to go to GaryCJohnson.com and look at all of our jury verdicts and settlements.
All right, wonderful. GaryCJohnson.com. Can't be any simpler than that. Keep it tuned here on WYMT for more Our Mountain Family.
Are you concerned that your child has a developmental delay? First Steps Early Intervention providers coach parents and caregivers in ways to support their child's learning and developmental needs. First Steps offers therapies that can improve a child's communication, cognitive, physical, social, emotional, and self-help delays. To find out more, just call First Steps in Kentucky River Community Care at 606-439-1325. Anyone can make a referral. Call now. Take the first steps today.
Investigate TV tackles the top topics. with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
Now to our viral videos. A volatile volcano erupting underwater for the third time in 4 days near the island nation of Tonga in the South Pacific. Australia's Meteorological Service says a large eruption took place Monday, just 2 days after Saturday's eruption, which experts say was likely the biggest recorded anywhere on the planet in more than 30 years. That eruption captured in real time these dramatic images from space showing the huge plume of ash, gas, and steam spewed more than 12 miles into the atmosphere. Vicious volcanoes are not the only surprises lurking under the surface of the Pacific. A marine biologist was snorkeling in the Great Barrier Reef when she caught a once-in-a-lifetime wildlife encounter on video. A blanket octopus. Experts say sighting of the nomadic species are incredibly rare. Skeleton's encounters was likely only the fourth time a blanket octopus has been seen in the wild. We'll be right back. Coming up here on Mountain News at 4:30, we share with you the latest on our region's snow-covered, several left without power, and others with snow-packed roads. And the family of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. calling for more than service on this holiday, but action. We share their messages to lawmakers demanding voting rights legislation.
And after a frigid morning, we say goodbye to bitterly cold temperatures for now. I'll have the latest on when Old Man Winter comes knocking again on the way. As First and 4 continues.
Mountain News, First at 4, continues.
Good afternoon again. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you for joining us. We continue our severe weather alert day coverage as the cold air remains in our region. Let's take a look at the latest conditions with meteorologist Evan Hatter. Evan.
Yes, Dakota, still a chilly one out there on this Monday afternoon. The snow is finally pushing out, but we're not done yet with the bitterly cold temperatures, at least for tonight. We have good news on the way, though, as we head into tomorrow. I'll detail that in a minute. Mountain Parkway at Slade this afternoon. They've gotten the roads fairly well cleared off out there. Still some of that snowfall there in the median and as well on the side of the road as well. Same thing, I-75 at Mount Vernon. Crews have done an excellent job getting 75 back open after all the crashes we had over the last couple of days. Upper middle 20s out there for current temperatures. Jacksboro's at 30. They're the warm spot. Wise, as usual, down into the low 20s, our cool spot. You see the last of the snow showers pushing out of the Big Sandy right now, really between the Kentucky border and about Charleston, seeing the heaviest of the snow there. But as we head off to the east, that's what's left of our big system. You see the spokes of energy rotating around. What's left of a weakening low pressure over New York, dumping plenty of snow. You heard that report earlier from CBS News about all the heavy snow they're dealing with in New England and the Northeast. For us, those flurries will come to an end. Mostly cloudy skies for tonight with those lows down into the lower 20s. I'll have the very latest, though, on when some more snow may be possible coming up in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you again. Eastern Kentucky was one of the areas hit hard by the weekend snow. Jeremy Toms has been tracking road conditions in Rowan County for us for the last 24 hours. He brings us an update now.
This stretch of I-64 just behind me near Flemingsburg Road is already much more active than it was just 24 hours ago when a hush fell over the interstate and all of Moorhead as huge, heavy flakes came down in a hurry. The only thing really breaking the silence were road crews as they tried to keep up with the snowfall. Moorhead took on an official total of over 6 inches of snow, and snowplows are still out in full force, trying to clean things up in Rowan County. It's not just snow causing problems.
Right now, we're looking at air temperatures and pavement temperatures right around the freezing mark, and we don't expect that to improve much today. So, yeah, ice is going to be a possibility all day and especially this evening and overnight.
Alan Blair with District 9 of the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the main roads are mostly clear now. But folks like Jack Rowe struggled to get out of their homes and into town today, as his local road and most others remain covered.
And my wife got mad at me for coming out this morning and said, "You don't need to go anywhere." I said, "But I want to go somewhere."
But Rowe says most from around the area are heeding the advice, staying home and staying warm.
Here, when it's bad like this, they don't get out much. You'll see a few running up down the road, but the majority stay home till it gets better.
Students and families also braved the conditions today to make it to Moorhead State University so they could get moved in for the spring semester. Coming up at 5:30, I'll share some of their experiences from out on the roads. In Moorhead, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Moorhead State's spring semester starts tomorrow. The university also rescheduled an MLK Day program originally set for today. It will now be on Wednesday. As of early this afternoon, there were more than 3,000 people without power in Laurel County. Jackson Energy crew members say that with roads covered with snow, it is making it impassable to be able to reach the down lines. Kentucky Utilities said nearly 2,000 customers are without power in the Corbin area, including truck stops, hotels, and restaurants. Well, on Sunday, Harlan County saw a mix of rain, snow, and ice throughout the day before finally converting to a wet snow covering the county around 8 p.m. Once the snow began to stick on wet roads, road conditions became more dangerous to drive on. County officials have only received a couple of phone calls about drivers who are stuck or car crashes. Most main roads have been cleared, but back roads are still being worked on.
We saw what was a mess yesterday just from the standpoint of a mixture in weather conditions. We saw rain, snow, sleet, ice, and it would just change back and forth. So the snow would lay, and then the rain would come and it would melt it all away. So really we didn't have any traffic problems yesterday.
Road crews have been hard at work around the county, but conditions are still not considered safe. We'll have more on that coming up tonight at 6. While the weather is moving out for most of us, for utility crews, the work is still ongoing. Our buddy Forbes talked with officials with the Big Sandy Rural Electric Cooperative as they work to clean up and get the electricity back on in Floyd County.
As the snow continues to fall, crews from Big Sandy RACC continue to work, clearing up fallen trees and replanting power lines to restore access to electricity to more than 1,000 people in the Big Sandy region. Hundreds of co-op members in Floyd County spent the morning in the dark, with line crews clawing and climbing, battling against the snow that hit parts of their coverage area through the night. Officials with Big Sandy RACC say they were more than prepared for the hit, and they understand the importance of bringing the power back to their people.
One time early this morning, we had 1,400 people without power. Right now, we're under 300, and our guys have done a fantastic job. They've worked all night and all day and to restore what they've restored.
Officials say though hundreds of people were impacted by the heavy wet snow, they were lucky it was not worse, and they hope to have everyone restored by the end of the day. In Prestonsburg, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Kentucky power officials say they have also had the majority of their Floyd County customers restored by 11 a.m. Both companies say they expect to see full restoration by tonight. Many are celebrating the life of Betty White today, giving back to local animal shelters. It's part of the Betty White Challenge. You are asked to donate just $5 to your local animal shelter or animal nonprofit for her 100th birthday. Well, that would have been today. Betty White died New Year's Eve. And in celebration of another great, the Muhammad Ali Center hosted a blood drive today to mark what would have been boxing legend Muhammad Ali's 80th birthday. He died in 2016. The center will also screen Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1963 I Have a Dream speech in the auditorium. Well, we now begin our our coverage across the country, beginning with reports on today's national holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and voting rights advocates are demanding action from Congress. A bill to reform the election process faces long odds in the nation's capital. But as Skylar Henry reports, the president says the fight is far from over.
On this holiday marking his father's birthday, Martin Luther King III led a peace walk across Washington's Frederick Douglass Bridge. He called on Congress to pass stricter protections for voting rights.
If you can deliver an infrastructure bill for bridges, you can deliver voting rights for Americans. If you do not, there's no bridge in this nation that can hold the weight of that failure.
The bill would remove restrictions that Republicans say enhance election security. But with its passage in doubt, advocates say the nation is at a critical point.
We need to have protections at the polls and to make sure that we can get there safely.
The King family wants changes now, putting more pressure on Congress to pass sweeping voting rights reform to give more Americans access to the ballot and not allow Senate rules to stand in their way.
The unmitigated gall to hide behind cloture and the filibuster, two procedural hurdles. When black people turned the tide to get Joe Biden elected, it puts me beside myself.
Last Thursday, two moderate Senate Democrats, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, threw their support behind the legislation, but they do not approve of changing Senate rules in order for it to pass. Its failure would be a stinging blow to the president, who said it's not enough to praise Dr. King on this holiday. It's time for action.
We must commit to his unfinished work, to deliver jobs and justice, to protect the sacred right to vote.
The Senate plans to debate the voting rights bill on Tuesday, and the president says whatever happens, he'll continue the fight. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Speaking from the White House, Vice President Kamala Harris said the freedom to vote is under assault and said it's time for the Senate to do its job and pass the voting rights bill. For nearly 11 hours on Saturday, law enforcement stood ready outside of a synagogue in Texas. Inside, 4 hostages were held at gunpoint, their Saturday services interrupted by 44-year-old Malik Fasil Akram. Shortly after 5 p.m., he released one of the hostages, and after 4 more hours of negotiations, the FBI's elite hostage rescue team moved in.
I threw a chair at the gunman, and I headed for the door, and all 3 of us were able to get out without even a shot being fired.
The rabbi says he and the other hostages made it out in part to security and active shooter training they received several years ago. Now the Akram is dead. North Korea resumed a series of ballistic missile launches overnight, conducting its 4th test of the new year. South Korea's military says 2 missiles were fired from an airport in North Korea's capital. They flew toward Japan and apparently landed in the ocean. Japan's government called the launch a threat to peace and security. Well, coming up here on Mountain News First at 4, strawberries can be found in just about any supermarket, but one that is native to the Japanese Alps is celebrated for its unique taste and texture, and it comes with a hefty price.
And we're getting mild for the midweek before another front moves in and could bring us a chance for more wintry weather. I'll have those details on the way.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless. From severe weather to snow, foggy mornings to sunny afternoons, there are a lot of different kinds of weather here in the mountains. Now you can learn how the WYMT meteorologists know what's going on. Sign up for the WYMT weather class online at WYMT.com. A member of the weather team will visit your classroom to talk about what they know best. Sponsored by Kentucky Power.
America, home of the free. Free is our favorite word. Huh. Like free refills. We get it. That's why at Morgan & Morgan, our fee is free. That means you don't pay anything unless we win your case. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
It's free! Looking for games that multiply winnings up to 200 times? With more than $118 million in total cash prizes and a top prize of $1 million, X marks the spot. The new X Scratch-Off games from the Kentucky Lottery.
Appalachian Wireless has a plan to make your life simpler. Forward pay. No contract, no credit check, no problem. Plans start at just $19.99 a month and include unlimited talk and text. Add 3 gigabyte of data for only $29.99 a month. 6 gigabyte of data, $39.99. Or take it to the max with unlimited data plus, only $89.99, which has 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. All the features without the long-term commitment. It's forward pay because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
So if I buy this today, I get free service for life?
Something like that. Congratulations.
Thanks. What is this?
Oh, it's standard. It's in the contract.
So I get all this for free?
Yeah, something like that.
I trust you too.
You can keep the pen.
Everything okay?
I'm just looking for the string.
The books are 100% free. No strings attached.
All the books an undergraduate will need, all free.
WYMT airs educational programming for children, which is identified on the screen with E/I, followed by the targeted age group. Each quarter, the children's programming broadcast by WYMT is documented in a filing submitted to the FCC. This filing can be found in the station's public inspection file available on the FCC's website at www.fcc.gov. If you would like to comment on or make suggestions about this programming, please contact the station.
Jag.
Still have plenty of snow on the ground around the region, but the good news is not much more will be falling on our heads, at least for a little bit, as we deal with a break, finally, in between systems as we head into the day tomorrow. But it doesn't last too long. Outside right now, I-75 in London, you see plenty of snow on the sides of the roads there, over in the grassy surfaces in the median. But on the roadway, we're actually in pretty good shape, just wet out there, which is at least good news for right now. We're not dealing with the slush, but we have to watch the potential for some of those wet spots to refreeze overnight, because it will be quite chilly later on. In fact, it's already chilly outside right now, sitting at 28. Here at Buffalo Mountain, plenty of snow up there. Here in southern parts of Perry County, all that snow staying on the ground because we are still well below freezing. Into the middle and upper 20s this afternoon. The good news, the last of our snow is almost out of here. Still sitting over portions of West Virginia, though, over toward Williamson and even over toward Robinette, getting in on some even potentially moderate snowfall there as we work through portions of the Big Sandy region. The good news is that's all pushing on out. We don't have to worry about it. Little weak boundary pushing through. High pressure will take over for the day tomorrow, and that warm front over near Omaha will give us a little hello as well, giving us a chance for maybe even some milder temperatures. There's what's left of the system from yesterday. This big orange line, or the purple line here, this is the occluded front. Basically, the warm air cutting off the cold air, and this low is starting to weaken, but you still see the spokes of energy along this front, along this low pressure system as it continues to bring snow to upstate New York. As for us, well, we have another system to keep an eye on out to the west that could provide us with more snow chances as we head towards the midweek. Let's time it out. Few snow flurries still possible tonight, but those will be ending as we head through the rest of tonight. As we start off tomorrow, mid to upper 20s. And then we actually get up above freezing. So we'll start that melting in earnest as we head into the day tomorrow, with those temperatures getting up into the upper 30s, near 40. We're going to have to watch the overnight hours to see if we get any refreezing, though I do think many of us stay above freezing. Speaking of that, there's that blue line. That's the freezing line we'll have to pay attention to during the day on Wednesday. Well, during the day on Wednesday, we'll be well above freezing as we get plenty of air, warm air from the Gulf of Mexico, from the south and west, bringing up moisture. And that means with a front moving in, the potential for some rainfall beginning to work back into the region as we head later on into Wednesday, a cold rain. Then things get interesting. So the cold front pushes through. See this little blue line? That's the freezing line. The temperature at the surface getting to 32 degrees. As that continues to push to the east, as we head Wednesday night into early Thursday, the potential will be there for more accumulating snow as we head late Wednesday night and into Thursday. Doesn't look to be as much as what we've been dealing with the past couple of storms, but still something to keep an eye on. And don't take this as the gospel. We still have plenty of time to watch this. But either way, if we do get that snowfall, by the time we start off things on Thursday morning, it's going to be frigid again. Low 20s as we wake up on our Thursday. On that extended forecast, where your weekend is always in view, we're back with the potential for some of that snow. Rain turning to snow Wednesday night into Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies for Thursday. Maybe a flurry on Friday. Models are still disagreeing about the weekend. I'm leaning towards a drier solution at the moment. Hopefully that's not just wish casting, hoping for not another winter storm, but still keeping an eye on that as we head into the weekend and perhaps another chance for more snow as we head towards early next week. So it is a busy time here in the WYMT Weather Center. Doesn't look to let up anytime soon.
All right, Evan, thank you so much. Well, due to today being a national holiday, there is no stock exchange numbers to share, nor our Money Watch Report segment, but some business news to share. The owners of Ben & Jerry's ice cream are eyeing an expansion. GlaxoSmithKline, the company that makes Tums, Advil, and Aquafresh toothpaste, says Ben & Jerry's parent company, Unilever, has made several proposals to buy its product line. The buyout would help Unilever relieve its sluggish stock and ramp up its focus on health products. However, GSSK rejected the offers, saying they are too low. Well, strawberries can be found in just about any supermarket, but one that is native to Japan is celebrated for its unique taste and texture. Now, one company is growing it indoors near New York City. National correspondent Jerica Duncan visited the world's largest indoor vertical strawberry farm, where she got to taste the very expensive berry.
Ruby red, fragrant, and full of flavor. These omakase strawberries, grown naturally in the foothills of the Japanese Alps, are unlike any others in the world. But thanks to a company now blending technology with indoor farming, our journey to find the berries ended at a warehouse in Kearney, New Jersey.
The key to producing these strawberries was how well we can recreate that same environment here in New Jersey.
Hiroki Koga is the CEO of Oishi, the Japanese word for tasty.
Even in the Japanese Alps, the climate conditions change every day. As for here, we can control every aspect of the climate.
They asked me what size I wanted. I said medium. Fashionable.
Achieving that rare bite of perfection without chemicals requires painstaking diligence. I suited up and took an air shower before entering the farm. Julie Noyce manages the operation here.
I always say the strawberries don't sleep, neither do we. The harvest has to happen every day because there's a perfect ripeness.
The sweetness level is just not comparable to anything that's available. We wanted to validate that, other people can also taste the difference. So what we did was we knocked on doors of Michelin star restaurants in Manhattan.
As soon as you open the package, it's like this explosion of aroma in your face.
Neil Harden is executive chef at ABCV in New York.
That have like a really delicate sort of velvety texture, and they basically just melt in your mouth. We use them kind of like we would any extra special ingredient.
An 8-pack of berries costs $50, at least 10 times more than the average pack, and there's a wait list to purchase them. So how do they taste?
It is good.
What do you
It's
think
very
of
good.
it?
It's sweeter.
Jerica Duncan, CBS News, Kearney, New Jersey.
Koga says he's now working to get the price down, and strawberries are just the beginning. He's raised more than $50 million in investment funds with plans to open new farms in more cities. He says the next crop will be tomatoes. We'll be right back.
There are lots of people who are confused about which Medicare plan is right for them.
Hey, that's me. I barely know where to start.
Well, start here with me, Karen. I'm a licensed Humana sales agent.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Karen. I'm John Smith.
Hi, John. At Humana, we know you're unique, so you have different needs from other John Smiths.
Yeah, I've always thought so.
And together, we can find a plan that's right for you.
Great. I go to the doctor a couple of times a year, and I have some prescriptions, but I'm never fully sure of what's covered and what's not.
With Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, you get coverage for hospital stays, doctor visits, and Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable and sometimes no monthly plan premium.
Do you have any more information?
Sure, I'll get a decision guide in the mail to you today. They're free.
Finally, someone whu understands the real me.
Call or go online now to get your free decision guide. Call a licensed Humana sales agent today. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
The Center for Disease Control and the Pike County Health Department recommend that even if you have taken the COVID-19 vaccine, you should also get the flu vaccine. The COVID-19 vaccine and flu vaccine are different, and it's safe to get them both at the same time. The best way to prevent flu is for everyone ages 6 months and up to get vaccinated each year. The flu vaccine does not increase your chances of getting COVID-19, but it does increase the chance that you, your family, and friends will remain healthy. The Pike County Health Department reminds you that the strongest defense is vaccination. Keep social distancing, wash your hands often, and wear a mask. Don't hesitate. Vaccinate. Visit the Pike County Health Department Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Pediatric Pfizer vaccines are available on Mondays. Call 606-509-5500 for more information. Paid for by the Pike County Health Department.
When you enter your home, what do you smell? Is it fresh air? Or are you smelling soiled cat litter? I keep my home smelling fresh with Pretty Litter. And my cats love it too. It's lightweight, 99% dust-free, and delivers right to my door. Pretty Litter changes colors to indicate potential health issues. Go to prettylitter.com. Shipping is free, so order today.
WYMT, dedicated to Eastern Kentucky.
The Center for Rural Development School Time Theater gives students and the public a chance to view a live theatrical performance at affordable prices. Upcoming performances include Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s story, I Have a Dream, on February 2nd, and the musical The Little Red Hen on April 14th. For more information, call 677-6000. or visit centratech.com.
WYMT, dedicated to Eastern Kentucky.
Here's a look at what we are working on for Mountain News beginning at 5:30. Road crews are out in our region checking conditions, and many in Lee County are without power following the winter storm. Then we have the latest on an officer-involved shooting in one southern Kentucky county. We hope you'll join us again beginning at 5:30.
And frigid temperatures remain around as another very cold air mass works through. You could even have a couple of snow showers possible, though the models remain fighting with that. You'll want to check back with later details on that one.
Of course the AC dies in the middle of summer. Luckily, we're members of American Home Shield.
American Home Shield provides home service plans that help cover the costs when parts of more than 20 home systems and appliances wear out, like our AC just did. And if they can't repair it, they'll replace it.
This is totally fine. I don't have to worry about finding someone to fix my fridge. I can just stick to making breakfast. American Home Shield has flexible plans to fit your budget and needs.
This old toilet's been flushing for 3 hours straight. It's no biggie, though. My American Home Shield plan covers items no matter their age. I already showered today. For a free quote, go to ahs.com. That's ahs.com. You stay.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way. With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
I was having a stroke, and I was scared to death.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Life Alert is a lifesaver.
My husband is alive because of Life Alert.
Life Alert is the lifesaver to keep me out of assisted living.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-344-6363. That's 1-800-344-6363. Call now. 1-800-344-6363.
Attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were exposed to paraquat and later diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Paraquat, a highly toxic commercial herbicide, has been linked to a significant increased risk in developing Parkinson's disease. Exposure to paraquat can occur via mixing, loading or spraying, inhaling or ingesting, direct contact with skin or coming into contact with sprayed plants. Farmers, agricultural workers, as well as individuals who lived in close proximity to farmland that were later diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Paraquat may be to blame. Call now to find out if you qualify. Don't be a victim. Get the help you deserve. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-566-9159. That's 1-800-566-9159.
When you want 5-star heroes, there's only one place to find them. The H&I Day Shift.
Several days of below freezing temperatures across Canada caused disruptions and spiked natural gas prices higher, but the weather is not bad news to all Canadians. One family celebrated the cold weather by playing hockey on an ice rink they created on their street. The rink, which spans the length of 3 houses, has one feature most rinks don't have: trees. After almost 8 years of being looked after, 43 giant turtles were released into the wild in the Galapagos Islands. The turtles were born and raised at a breeding center on Isabel Island, ranging from 5 to 7 years of age. Each turtle underwent blood tests and a quarantine period to ensure optimal health before being released. And in honor of Betty White's birthday, the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden staff named their little blue penguin chick Rose. Just look how cute she is. Hello there, little Rose. The Facebook post wanted to say that they think Betty would have approved of the name. Fun fact, Betty White said she actually wanted to be a zookeeper when she grew up, and I'm pretty sure Betty would love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. WKYT News at 5 is next. We'll see you back here at 5:30.